Vivek, Arya is the Bank of America Securities Senior Semiconductors Analyst. What say you, sir? What do you think? What do you think of last night's numbers?
Yeah, good morning. I think that, before we look at last night's numbers, let's look at what they actually reported and the track record that they have set. So this is not a small company. This is one of the largest, in fact, the largest company. And it just put up a quarter where sales grew 94% and earnings grew over 100%. And they're guiding to a quarter where sales, yes, they're slowing down, but slowing down to a rate of over 70%. And when I look at what they are able to accomplish next year, we think they can grow over 50%. And I was just looking at the other, so-called Max 7. Nvidia will probably grow 4 or 5 times that growth rate next year, and it's trading at less than 1 times earnings growth, whereas the average of those companies is trading at over 2 times earnings growth. So we think the numbers are exceptionally strong, but you're right that they were not able to come close to the so-called whisper expectations. I think part of it is they are just at the start of ramping their new Blackwell product. Supply is just starting to get going. But if I look at the usual range of beats they have versus their guidance, I think that'll probably get us pretty close to where people were expecting the numbers to come in. So I'm not worried. I think this is just quarterly noise, and this is to be expected in the growing pains of whenever they're launching a new product.
So,
the key is
what do you think the disappointment is here then?
Sorry, can you say that again?
I said, what do you think the disappointment is here? I mean, there was
the disappointment is that, the supply chain, is scrutinized very closely. It's followed by a lot of people. And every time the company reports, expectations continue to build up naturally for this size and what the stock has done. But there are always constraints when it comes to not just getting the supply, but actually building the products, getting them to customers. And what we have seen from Nvidia over the last 2 years is that they are able to beat their own guidance by $2 to $2.5 billion consistently. Last time they guided $32.5 billion, and they reported $35 billion. So that's why I'm not surprised to see them not exactly come to the high end of where the whisper expectations are. But if I look at the usual range of beats they have, we will come pretty close, I think, once they actually report the quarter. So I think this is more a case of, expectations in a transitions quarter. It's nothing to do with the long-term fundamentals of the company.
And your sense about this Blackwell chip is it's just going to knock it out of the park, or you think it's going to? Is there anybody even in the vicinity competitively at this point?
No, I think they lead the pack for the reason that delivering this product is more than a chip, right? You have to, first of all, be able to put 72 of them in a single rack. You have to connect it with very high-speed optical and copper interconnects. Then you have to have a system and software-level approach. Then you need millions of developers who know how to do something with it. And then you need to have a whole range of relationships and not only the supply chain, but with relationships with the enterprises, with the cloud companies. And I think that is unparalleled. The other thing to keep in mind is they are in an industry, large language models, where the technology is changing several times a year, right? And their ability to deliver a new product cycle, they have accelerated from 2 years to 1 year. Even that is not sufficient. So we think there's another few years of build out that is left to support this rapidly growing industry.